Hey everybody, Yuli here from Project Club of Lifestyle, and I would love to talk with this video how traveling made me a better entrepreneur, a better person I am today, and I've developed lots of skills which will help me a lot even in my lifetime, I would say, not just even help me in the last 2 years. So I'm traveling the world for 2 years, and I've been in 26 countries in the last 26 months. So I've traveled kind of a lot. Usually I'm on an airplane once a month, more or less on average, and I move a lot. I love it. So it's kind of nomadic lifestyle, and I noticed a few things which happened because of this, which made me a better entrepreneur. One thing I noticed is when you change lots of places, usually there's like this level of uncertainty. You're really not really sure where will you sleep. Sometimes I even got to places where I didn't book any hotel or anything. I just go to the place. I need to find a place to sleep. I need to choose which hotel to do it. So there's a level of uncertainty, like, hey, you don't really know where you'll sleep. You don't really know where you'll eat. Maybe new country, new city. I maintain the best healthy diet possible. And it's not the easiest thing when you travel. So sometimes it takes looking into like where is the best place to find food. So sometimes I'm not sure where I will eat. I'm not sure where I'll buy certain things, and there's high levels of uncertainty. If you travel a lot, you understand it as well, but traveling just makes you uncertain in many other ways. And I love associating with business because business in a way is kind of the same. I mean, if you're doing business for a long time, it's like a changing field. It's not the same all the time. You may have high levels of uncertainty. You don't know what will happen tomorrow. You don't know which other competitor will come in. You don't know if someone will fire himself, or you will fire someone from your company. And things change a lot. It's like really high levels of uncertainty. And as a traveler, I kind of train my muscle. I train my muscle of uncertainty all the time. And when it gets to business, I already have a trained muscle. So I'm kind of prepared to it much more than I was in the past. A few years ago, I really noticed it. There was a beautiful sentence, I believe it was from Zig Ziglar, that says, if right now you don't have a crisis at your business, then probably the next one is over the edge. And I find it so true because, yeah, sometimes you can work 4 hours a week, sometimes you can work more, but overall there are going to be crises most likely. Fires you need to put out. It's possible. I have them regularly, to be honest. And actually, because I'm trained to these high levels of uncertainty, I'm much more calm in the situation. I'm actually prepared for those situations, and when crises come, I don't freak out. I just take a deep breath, and I'm really calm in those situations. I'm much more calm than I was before, than 2.5 years ago when I was not traveling, because I train this muscle all the time. I've trained it so intensively in the last 2 years that when a situation like this comes, I'm the calm one. For my business partners, I'm the calm one usually, more or less, and it allows me to take rational and effective decisions, and allows me to also end the crisis as soon as possible, as opposed to doing maybe unrational decisions when something is coming up. But I believe is a crucial skill to have. One more thing which I kind of developed in the last 2 years while traveling, which allowed me to be a better entrepreneur, is I take better risk taking. What do I mean here? Like in the first 6 months when I started traveling, I traveled in South America, and I was really hectic with my moving. I just started traveling, so it was very new for me, and literally I was changing a place every week sometimes, and I didn't know where I was sleeping. I was just taking a place, going. I was really moving a lot, sometimes 1 week, sometimes 2 weeks. But one more thing which I experienced during those 6 months is I actually had lots of liquidity problems. I was earning money for businesses, but liquidity-wise, I did not have any money. I was like literally no money. And when you travel all of a sudden and you start budgeting and you see where you spend the money, which was I was doing, I was starting literally counting every single dollar I put out of my pocket. And during this period, I had to still travel. I still had to enjoy my life, even though I didn't have any liquidity. And I refused to take any loans during this period because it was not acceptable for me. So I had to kind of survive, quote unquote, those 6 months, and it allowed me to being uncomfortable without having access to lots of money. And this allowed me actually to take easier risks. And I use the word risk. For me, it's obviously, maybe not obviously, it's calculated risk. Like every risk I do, it's obviously calculated risk. Now, if you're an entrepreneur and something is gonna probably risk some money. You're gonna need maybe make some investments. You're gonna be putting money in one place, another, and you can maybe lose. It's very possible. And one of my strengths, which I found out by doing a test on Colby.com, which by the way I really recommend doing this test and any other test which can show you your strengths, is I'm a great risk taker. And I started noticing actually way back all the things I've done, and I really realized that, hey, it's really one of my strengths. Lots of businesses I have, lots of things I have now, income streams which I have right now, it's only purely I was having the guts to take the risk. To do the risk, and now I have income stream for this. Sometimes I lost, but most of the time I didn't really lose, and it allowed me to develop this skill inside of me, a better risk taker, because I'm very uncomfortable with not having access to the money, or maybe even comfortable losing the money, because I already was in a situation where I didn't have any money also in the past. So I believe traveling can actually make you a much better entrepreneur. There are many traits you can develop, and those are traits, from what even I said now, which can use you for a lifetime. So I believe traveling is actually the best education possible, and really for every sphere of life. I really recommend you travel long term, especially travel, not a vacation. It's completely different, and I believe it will make you a better entrepreneur, a better person. It will give you such education which you just cannot get any other way, really. Traveling brings you so much. So I would love to hear your thoughts, like if you travel long term, like where did you gather it, and did you get similar things to what I got? I'd really love to hear. Leave your comments below, and also don't forget, subscribe to the video below, Project Laptop Lifestyle, and I'll see you in the next video. And until then, take care.